Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Chi, and this is Divine Vibrations with Chi. And thanks for joining me this week. So, last week on my Soul Challenge, I was trying to remember this. I'm reading this book, and I couldn't. I remembered the author, but I couldn't remember the actual title. So, here it is. It's Shortcuts to Mindfulness: 100 Ways to Personal Spiritual Growth. And I love Catherine Auman. She actually wrote a book on tantric um, relationships, not just tantric sex, but just the art of tantra and the how it can be misunderstood, I guess, and the goals of tantra, that we can actually love everybody, and tantra is one way that we can find something about everybody that we can love in the human experience. So anyway, she wrote that book. I loved that book. Then I went out and I found this one of hers, which is amazing. She's written some like little short stories about mindfulness and just simple ways. People think being mindful is something that's so difficult to do and some yogi has to do it. And no, we all can find ways that we can be mindful in our everyday lives that helps people and helps ourselves be our higher and better self, right? And that's what I try to do every day. I don't worry about anybody else. I'm worried about me and what I'm doing, where I'm going, my own spiritual growth, my own journey in this body, in this time frame, and what I'm doing. Because at the end of the day, when I get to the end of the road, I'm thinking about me. What did I do? What does my movie look like? Right? And mindfulness is one way. And so I urge you guys, if anyone wants like a short read, not something that's heavy, she's super funny. She's got great funny stories. And actually, how it comes about that she starts writing these stories was she was writing it for a porn site that decided to have newsletters that would go like the owner of the porn site was trying to be a little bit more less porn driven, but more expanding on mindfulness and sexuality in different ways. And she was writing the newsletters and she was writing an article, right, for this site. And a lot of the stories that she's written in here were things she posted on those sites. And so they were actually pretty awesome. And they're not like sexually related, but they are human related and mindful ways in which we can connect not only with our own spiritual being, but other spiritual beings in this lifetime. So last week, the My Soul Challenge that I did was on meditation and finding ways to connect and meditate and get in touch and be more mindful with who I am as an individual, my experience, other people that I interact with. And if this world could be a little, just a hair bit more mindful, I think if each of us were, I think we would see an immense shift in the way we are with each other and how we treat each other, and how respectful we really can be to each other. I just think that it's an amazing way to perceive other people. And I wish more people would do it. So I just wanted to read a little bit about meditation. Let me see if I can find it. I should have tabbed it off, but I was so busy reading it that, I just freaking love her. I do. Some of her titles are Politically Correct Emotions, When in Doubt, Blame Your Parents. Learning to speak French. You don't need to love yourself first. Which I love that one. Let's see. Can't see if I can find that one. If I can't find it, I'll come back to it another time. But I might do that one, the one, the blame your parents. That one's pretty awesome, actually. Story. She's just got some amazing stuff. Uh, yeah, I can't actually find that one on meditation, but I'll find it. It says, you don't need to love yourself first. That one was awesome too. Um, okay. I'm just going to quickly read this and then we'll go into this week's My Soul Challenge, just because I just love her. And it's just a quick read. It says, when in doubt, blame your parents. This was a slogan on a card I received when I've never thrown out, on a card that I received that I've never thrown out because it makes me laugh every time I see it. That would be an easy out, right? You don't need to accept responsibility for yourself because your parents made you the way you are. If you do something harmful to yourself or someone else, it's not your fault, it's your parents. If only. Sounds silly put it that way, but you'd be surprised. People who had difficult childhoods sometimes use that as a justification for why their lives are not working today. Oprah Winfrey, certainly a successful person, has shared that she overcame being sexually molested as a child. Obviously, she didn't consider that an excuse. There are many people who had traumatic childhoods whose lives are flourishing. So we really can't blame the parents. True story. Clients in therapy, and now she's a licensed mental health therapist, by the way. That's her actual profession. Um, Clients in therapy may be reticent to do historical work because they love their parents, feel loyal to them, and don't want to blame them. Clients are afraid we're going to find out the parents were villains, which is rarely the case. Usually, although not always, our parents were well meaning people like ourselves doing the best they could with what was handed down from their own parents. True that. My parents, they weren't perfect by any means. My dad believed in corporal punishment. If anyone knows what that means, find a bamboo stick. Also, recall a belt. So not always fun, right? But that's what they were taught, right? But my parents loved me, and I wouldn't be the person I am today if it wasn't for their successes and their mistakes. So, and lucky for my kids, I don't like those forms of punishment. It's not necessary to stop loving your parents to see what they taught you that wasn't helpful, but it is necessary to identify the messages from the parents that were not accurate. I sometimes call these false messages or brainwashing to underscore for clients just how strong this conditioning can be. If, for example, you were taught that sex is sinful, you might want to change that brainwashing. If you were taught that you would never speak up, that your ideas are nonsense, or that you don't have your own special form of attractiveness, these beliefs taught by well meaning parents are not helpful in the world of adults and would benefit from examination than elimination. True story. In psychotherapy, we're not about blaming your parents. We're about you examining the things your parents instilled in you that are not helpful and throwing them out with the trash. But we want you to make sure you do deep, you do keep the many useful things your parents passed on. I'm not very good at reading on video, apparently. We don't want to interfere with you having the best relationship possible with them. The more love in the world, the better. So that's one of her little funny short stories about blaming her parents. Now, I came from an Indian Sri Lankan family. Holy shit. There's a whole hornet's nest of issues there with regard to control. And I really found some humor in all of that, not only with my siblings, but I watched this YouTuber named Lily Singh, and she does this whole thing is on making fun of her Indian upbringing and childhood. And she's from Canada, but she's Indian. And let me tell you, she hits the nail on the head. She makes me freaking laugh about the funny things that I grew up with, that my parents were super strict on. When, like, for example, shaving your legs. My mother did not want me to shave my legs. Like, she was just outraged. And as a 13-year-old, you're like in school and you're looking like Harry and the Henderson Sasquatch, and people are looking at you like, your armpits and legs, lady, and your mother won't let you. And you're having to like sneak in the bathroom and shave with your dad's razor and then not show your arms. Because you don't want your mother to find out that you shaved your legs because she said no. Oh my gosh. You guys should totally check out Lily Singh. I love her. If nothing else, if you don't understand Indian humor, she does a ton of Indian humor, but she does a lot of material that like really hits on like parenting humor actually, and it's pretty awesome. Anyway, so let's get into, oh, look at that. It flipped over. So I'm actually going to take that one because it seems like that's what the universe wants us to do. And it's right away. And before I read this, I'm going to pull out an affirmation from my affirmation toolbox. Whoop, some were actually flying out. So we'll just take one of those, see what it says. It says, I love being with myself. I am amazing company. That's awesome. Absolutely. So many of us struggle, right, with being alone and being with ourselves. And this is a huge reason why so many people, like when they come out of a relationship, jump right into another relationship before really assessing that previous relationship, right? Because we're afraid to be alone. That's part of the reason why we go out and I went through this stage, partied a lot because I didn't want to be alone. I wanted to be out and about with people, socializing. There's something about being alone that like we feel like we're it, almost like we're afraid to be with ourselves, right? And it took me a while to actually get my head wrapped around that, where I actually liked my own company. I liked reading books. I liked doing art projects. I liked looking at rocks and playing with my plants and writing in my journal, reading funny stories, looking for things that I was interested in. And it was amazing how much I actually started to really realize how much I enjoyed myself because I am an interesting person and I do like who I am and all the things I'm interested in. And as I started to dig into things that were me, I started to really like me. So, what does it say? I love being with myself and I'm amazing company because damn Skippy I am. I am amazing company and I don't need somebody else to fulfill me. I fulfill myself. Woo-hoo. So this week's challenge, for those of you who are just joining me, it's called the My Soul Challenge, and it's going to be like 35 weeks. It's one challenge per week of different kinds of challenges for self-help and mindfulness, things to help grow your own personal spirituality by Dr. Renee Purdy. I just love this card set. And then what you do is you download this app Let me see here. There it is. So you download this app and we're ready for this week's challenge. But as you can see, it keeps track. You have like level 1, level 2, and all these little squares are a week that I completed. And it says I'm ready for a new week's challenge. So let's see here. And then what you do is see how this has a nice little quote on it. I love the beautiful mandalas. And then it has this like little barcode, and you scan the barcode. It says scan card. So you scan the barcode. Let's turn on the light. Sounds like I'm like James Bond. Jane Bond. Start my 7-day challenge. Use positive affirmations throughout the day. Oh, look at that. How about that? Use positive affirmations throughout the day. I can affirm this all day long. And you know what? You can too. Go ahead if you want to. Those of you watching, put it in the title line or in the thread that you love being with yourself and your amazing company, because you know you are. I love it. And I do. I affirm myself all day long because you know what? We don't need other people's satisfaction for us. We don't need other people's affirmation or approval. You already have the number one approval that matters most above and beyond anybody else. Yours. Well, you don't need mine. I need mine. I want mine. I like mine. And as I've gotten older, my give a damn about other people's opinion, who I am, what I am, and what I plan to be has just gone out the window. Bye. See ya. Bye, Felicia. And it says, this is a quote by Confucius. And remember, no matter where you go, there you are. Absolutely. I freaking love that. That's awesome. No matter where you go, there you are. Oh, the places you will go. All right. Says start. Oh, you can actually pick different cards too if you decide you don't want to do that challenge this week. But I usually like a challenge, even one that I might not like to encounter. Sometimes that's what's needed. So it says, use positive affirmation that resonates with me. Says, when practiced often, positive self-talk and positive affirmations can increase self-esteem, self-worth, and self-love. This practice of self-love leads to increased happiness and overall enjoyment of life. Use positive affirmations every day. Say them out loud to make them even more powerful. Like, damn, I look good, even without makeup. I don't need makeup today or any day. I just choose to because I'm gorgeous the way I am. I am a smart woman. You see how easy it is? You can say whatever you want because I stand in the mirror literally every morning and tell myself all the good things about myself. Like, you're hot. Give yourself a compliment, it says. Use positive affirmations such as, I am beautiful, I am smart, I am strong. Holy shit. Did they steal this from me? They must have stolen. Dr. Purdy, we're going to need to talk about royalty rights because I think you stole this from my playbook. Oh, I'm telling you, this is awesome. Balance a negative thought about yourself with a positive affirmation. So, honestly, all of us vacillate through negative thoughts. And that's the problem with this world, right? Like, we have a whole industry, especially women, where everything is driven to be this cookie cutter woman. And I don't know if you're noticing or not. I am never going to be a 5'7", blue-eyed, blonde, that's 99 pounds. I think I was 99 pounds in the fifth grade. Now I vacillated all my life with weight, but that's what a model is. And when you go to buy clothes or you go look at Vogue magazine, thank goodness they're changing their rhetoric. They're changing the whole body shaming issue with their material. And I think a lot of companies are coming around to that whole idea that not everybody is going to be that. And you could be 5'7", blue-eyed and blonde, and you may not be 99 pounds. You might have been 99 pounds in fifth grade too, just like me. You know what I mean? So we're all unique. There isn't a single, not one, not even an identical twin, as they call them, identical twins, are identical. We are individuals. We are individually beautiful. Just like there is not a single flower, snowflake, leaf, bird, animal on this earth that is duplicated. It's just, there's no duplicity here. And that's what we should be celebrating, is the uniqueness of every single body in this world. And that's what's wrong with this world. I think if we as human beings could express that more and celebrate the uniqueness of everybody in this world will be such a kinder, more loving space to be in. And I think oftentimes when we look up at somebody else, whether it's Oprah or Ellen DeGeneres, and I'm just throwing out some names here, Maya Angelou, or even another actress like Gwyneth Paltrow or whoever, Anne Hathaway, freaking Amelia Earhart, you know what I mean? Priyanka Chopra, they're all different. What makes them awesome is that they have tapped into the stream of their own individuality. They can give a rat's ass what somebody else thinks about them. They're doing them. They're living their highest good. And so they're reaping the rewards of being true to themselves. And I honestly believe that if we, as individuals, whether you seem to think yourself an average Jane, there is no such thing as average Jane. You're all extraordinary. I'm extraordinary, you're extraordinary, and your individuality is what makes you extraordinary. And if you can tap into that stream of connectedness to your higher self, what you're here for, and feel the pulse of that running through your veins, you too can achieve your best self, live your best life, and I think come out on top. But the problem is that we don't all feel that way. We all have some kind of struggle or challenge that we came here in this dimension to overcome. And I think that's really what this journey is all about. At least that's my perspective. And that's why I'm on and I'm doing my soul challenge, because really I'm here to collect my soul, mine. I'm not here to save anybody else's soul. I hope that through my journey, somebody will want to look at themselves and get on their own treadmill of happiness, right? And it's not going to be easy because we all came here with challenges to overcome. And it's hard, right? To look at yourself in the mirror. I believe like one of my challenges was self-worth, knowing and owning my self-worth. Another challenge was not listening to people telling me to shut the hell up. Growing up, I was always censored. I was always expected to be that demure, quiet wallflower because my Indian Sri Lankan culture did not really want women to be out there talking and expressing how they feel about shit. Well, those days are over, and I'm still going to speak. And thank you, YouTube, and thank you, social media, because a lot of women today are out there putting themselves out there and breaking those barriers and breaking that, just flying through that glass ceiling and saying, screw this, I'm going to be me. And we are a half a part of society that is failing. And the reason society, I believe, is failing is because society doesn't tap into the yin energy that it should. It's been predominantly dominated by yang energy. And I think once we start seeing that balance of yin and yang, I think humanity is going to just take off leaps and bounds. But right now we have a lot of, and I'm not going to say the word that I really want to say, but a lot of yang energy. I'm going to put it PC. Maybe another time. So there's suggested tasks with my soul challenge, and these suggested tasks are: use a positive affirmation to resonate with yourself. Repeat, I am worthy, because I am worthy, as often as you can every day. And you know what? I put my positive affirmations on my phone. I put Post-its on every mirror. I put it on the microwave. I put it on the kitchen counter. I put it anywhere I can. And now I've gotten to the point where I just repeat my positive affirmations all day long, right? So, use positive self-talk. Name 3 things you love about yourself every day. Use your favorite positive affirmation as often as you can. And try saying your positive affirmation in front of the mirror. Did I not say that? I swear, I feel like I wrote this, but I didn't. Create your own task based on this challenge. So find some way to positively affirm yourself every day. So I love this. This is amazing. And I'm going to just heart mine for the day because I did it. This is so cool. So our positive affirmation from our positivity toolkit is: I love being with myself. I am amazing company, because I am. And if you'll just hold on for 1 second, I'm going to run and grab this. I want to leave today with a little bit of tone from my newest gift to myself. So yesterday was my birthday. Yes, it was. I'm not saying how old I am. I will say it's like my 25th, 21st birthday. Get that? Do the math. I'll be right back. All right. Here is my newest addition. This is a quartz triangle. And this is my newest addition for my sound bath that I do for myself, again, to affirm and be happy. And whenever I am in a bad mood or I need to realign myself with some positive energy, I will go do a personal sound bath with my singing bowls. I think if you followed me before, you have seen those, and they're quartz singing bowls. But this is a quartz triangle. So I want to thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. And I'm going to end with this. And once this is over, you have yourself an amazing day. I hope that you find some way to affirm yourself, and you can join me on the My Soul Challenge and maybe check in with me. Also, I will put the link down in the box about the book from Catherine Auman, as well as the My Soul Challenge. Please like and subscribe to my channel so that YouTube knows that I have awesome content here, and you have an amazing day. Namaste.